G'day and welcome back to Duckzorly Gaming and the Valley of the Old Farm Let's Play series. So, we are continuing on. I'll just bring up the HUD and let us know where we are. We're still in late spring, day 5 late spring, so last day of spring. Second last day of spring, I should say. And we're over at our northern farm. And as we said previously, we're going to plough the field over here. We actually we were going to buy the field and plough the field, which we actually did off camera. Reason being, we had a bit of a problem with the plough, but we soon got that sorted. So the field over yonder there, which I'll show with the map, field 40, is now one of our fields. But we need to seed it. So what we're going to need to do is head on over from here, because the only thing we've got over here at the moment is a plough and a tractor. So we need to head back over to the farm and grab a seeder. So we're going to go do that right now. Alright, so we're in again the nice 5150 from Matt XJS's DLC, the Modern Classics DLC. It is a wonderful looking tractor and it works pretty good too. So very soon we'll be able to start with our, well, I say very soon enough we'll be able to start with our crop harvesting for year 2. And hopefully at that point we can start really sort of getting some money into the farm and starting to expand. Now, I did say before too I wanted to do a bit of forestry. There's plenty of forest to get rid of. But we're going to need some money to get behind this. Oh, sorry, pardon me. Primarily because we want to get a Ponzi scorpion to mow, or to chop down the trees, not to mow them. Not mowing on the brain, obviously. So yeah, so that's what we want to do. Now, speaking of mowing, we shouldn't be too far off needing to do some mowing. In fact, I think most of our fields, our grass fields, are actually in the first growth stage of being ready, or first harvesting point of grass. So as we just cut across the road there, off the road. So we'll have a look at doing that too, but we'll get this field sown first. Now I'm hoping, well, that's not going to happen. I was hoping to be able to sow some corn. Or soybeans, but we might take the risk and plant it even though the soil temperature is not there, and just hope that it does germinate. I don't see any reason why it won't actually germinate. It just won't germinate till the temperature of the soil gets the right temperature. But it is a risk, and I can't remember whether or not it's worked previously, so we'll just have to give it a go. Rough path, that one. I really need to smooth that out. So we're going to go up here, find a seeder. So we're going to find, no, we'll have a look. We'll have a look and see what we've got sown at the moment, and whatever we've got the least amount of. In fact, I don't know if I've done any soybeans and corn already. Let's have a look. I have. I've already done some corn, and I've done some soybeans. So I obviously wasn't considering the temperatures when I did that. So hopefully it's going to work. Thinking. We might do. Maybe some. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do, actually. Let's grab a seeder and we'll take it and do whatever we can. Let's take this one. We'll probably end up doing wheat, probably. Alright. Oh, we can do soybeans this one. We'll see. Very indecisive at the moment. I've been out of the game for far too long. I'm going to take a shortcut down over a grass. Shortcut down through into here. The advantage once you remove the fences and the hedges, you can cut over your fields, particularly the meadows. Takes a bit of travelling time out of your day. That's all well and good. Now, I think this is the first time I actually attempted to go and do some forestry work. And apart from on Beaver Creek in the last couple of episodes, I've never had an interest really to do any forestry work at all. So I don't know, something's sort of changed and I'm quite keen to do some, but it's typical that I'm keen to do it when I don't have the money or the equipment available to do it. So them's the breaks. We'll have to earn the money to get it. And we could also take a loan out, I suppose, or we could lease the equipment. But for the moment we've got jobs to do, so we'll concentrate on that. Okay, so back up into the farm now. This is field 40 that we're going to now seed. Just unfold him. We've got soybeans ready, so that's what we're going to go ahead and do. And that's just what it'll be. And hopefully, like I said, and well, in the same position with all the other crop fields, hopefully it will germinate once the ground temperature gets to the right temperature, and it'll be happy days. This won't take too long for us to do. And then we can probably go down and seed 24 and 25 as well. I think we've only ploughed and cultivated those. We haven't actually seeded them yet, so we'll get those done while we're over here. And then what we might do is leave this seeder and tractor over here on this farm. At least we've got something over here to use. Well, we're going to use the seeder for a little while, but nonetheless, it gives us some equipment over this side of the map. So as you can see, we've got a very good looking summer coming up. The first 4 days is just pure sunshine. A little bit of overcast on the 5th day, and on the 6th day of summer, being the last day of summer, we've got a little bit of rain. So looks like we've got a good summer forecast. Okay. So we'll have to check on our sheep as well. 157 sheep at the moment, so we've obviously got, what's that, 5 or 6 extras. I think we started off 100, no, we bought some extras, I can't remember now. It's that long ago. Honestly can't remember. I think we bought a few, then we started off and then we bought some more, and I don't know how many we've actually bred. So we've still got enough money at the moment that we can actually buy another field, but certainly there's no need to rush into buying fields at the moment. I mean, we bought this one just purely to give us a reason to come over here and spend a bit more time working over here. And we're going to slowly, as we said in the last episode, slowly start building this farm up and buying the fields over this side. But certainly at the moment there's no rush to get this side up and running, because we've got more than enough still on the other side, and we don't want to stretch ourselves too far yet. Noting that we still haven't got a lot of equipment spread amongst the two farms, and we also do want to concentrate on doing a lot of our production work as well, particularly so we can refill the seeders and stuff like that without actually having to shell out a small fortune to purchase the seeds and the fertiliser and all that sort of stuff. So it's quite important we get that up and running as quick as we can, and to do that we're going to need some grass. So I'm pretty sure we've got pretty much enough grass and hay bales to see us through probably for the next year with the sheep. So if that's the case, when we double check all that, all the grass we mow from here on in we'll just collect and use it down in the fermenter, and then use that on the production facilities. That will be the plan ultimately. Alright, so very close to being finished now. And then we'll, like I said, we'll park this stuff over here. We'll, actually no, we're going to do the other two fields, won't we? See, my mind's like a sieve at the moment. I can still say that I'm still not 100%. And the wife is still shocking. Actually, she's really bad at the moment, the viral infection. But yeah, I'm at least able to function, arguably. But yeah, it's certainly knocked us about a bit. So still sort of recovering from that. To the point where, like, even so for instance last night I was going to record some episodes. I started about 9 o'clock, and by the time I even got around to sort of pressing the record button, I just wasn't in the mood and just couldn't sit at the computer, so I just gave up. So, and that's not normally what I'm like, so yeah. I didn't even take the recording aside, I just couldn't bother sitting on the computer and doing any farming sim or Frostpunk or PUBG or anything. It was just no, I'll go sit in front of the TV and then go to bed, and then go to bed and then can't sleep. So it's a wonderful battle. So yeah, insomnia is a wonderful thing to battle. It really is. That is sarcasm, by the way. Okay. Just this little bit here to go. Now for the other two fields, just down yonder, just trying to think what we might plant down there. We might just put some canola in. That'll be sufficient. So for these 2 small fields down here, we'll just put canola in. Nice and easy for us to harvest when it is ready. And there's no real mucking about. So I do apologise again. At the moment, I haven't got the steering wheel running. I am trying to get a lot of work done and catching up. And I also have some of my volunteer work catching up. I've got meetings tomorrow night. So yeah, the real estate's not available for the steering wheel at the moment. So unfortunately, I've got to do the keyboard. All right. So there's canola in the ground. I've got to do these 2 fields, and then that's it for seeding. We're certainly well and truly done for seeding. And then we might actually look at leasing. It's not the Ponzi, it's the other small woodcutter, and I might not. Probably won't be able to collect all the timber if we do cut some down. We can certainly stockpile it, and then once we've got enough money, we can buy a truck and a trailer and start hauling it away. So or we could even lease it and make some money that way. So that's what we'll look at doing, most likely to cover us all the way through summer until our crops are ready to harvest. I know it's not ideal, but you'll have 2 series at the same time by me where you've got some forestry work going on, and considering so far the past 12 months, so it's I think I mentioned in one of the other episodes, it's now been just over 12 months since we put our first video out. 12 months and a week or 2 weeks or something at the moment. Yeah, so you've had no forestry at all, and now all of a sudden you're getting a glut of it. So either you're welcome or I apologise, whichever way you take it. I would like to express my thanks while we're here again to our Patreons. So I'm afraid I'm going to miss someone here. I've got Mr. Pooks, I've got DC, Mr. D. Coleman, who's an active participant on our Discord channel, on the SGS Discord channel, Mr. Grizzly Bear Sims, and there was someone else, I think. The name escapes me at the moment, but it'll certainly be on the credits at the end. But yeah, so thank you very much. Haven't done anything with the funds there yet. I will be doing something with it in the near term, and there'll be an announcement about that very soon. But for the moment, it's all sitting there ready to go. So 100% of the donations we've had at the moment through Patreon will be put back into the channel in one way or shape or the other. And for this lot, it will certainly be in the form of a giveaway of sorts. But we'll make an announcement on that probably in the next couple of weeks. So I know I mentioned it briefly. Also, please don't be afraid to go and get the Modern Classics DLC by Matt XJS. So Matt XJS, again, I did mention it in probably I think even the previous episode of this, was one of the winners of the FS17 modding contest, and part of his prize was basically the opportunity to create a DLC and have that published by Giants as an official DLC. And he's proposed, well, the winners had to put forward a proposal, if I remember correctly. They had to put forward a proposal what their DLC was going to be, then it got voted on, and his was one of the ones that was selected for his Modern Classics DLC. And as you can see, we're using it in this series. We're also using it on, where are we? Yes, we're using it on Sosnoff Canot, some of the stuff on Sosnoff Canot. and it will be used on 2 new series which I did mention in the last episode that are queued up ready to go. So we're looking forward to using that equipment there as well. And lastly, I do love the telehandler, the JCB telehandler that he's done. So yeah, go out and have a look at it. It's $5, £5. It's not that much. I certainly would rate it personally much better than the Roper DLC. More value for money. So if that helps persuade you in any way, shape or form, then so be it. But rest assured, I wouldn't be recommending it if I didn't think it was a good pack. And like I said, I definitely think it's much better value and well worth the $5 as opposed to the $8 or whatever it was for the Roper DLC. But it's entirely up to you, obviously, at the end. But yeah, it is a good little pack, especially if you like using some of the older and smaller equipment. If you just like using the big equipment like I basically used to, and going big or go big or go home, then you may not get the use out of it or enjoy it quite so much. And once I get fully back up to speed, I will do a mod review on it, even though by that stage it's going to be out for a little while. But I'll still sort of cover the pertinent points of it, what's good, what's bad, and all that sort of stuff, just so it's out there and people can watch if they so choose. Even though, like every man and their dog has already covered it, but you'll get my Duckzorly spin. That floats your boat, so to speak. Alright. So we'll finish this, we might just finish this by the time our time is up for the episode. But before we do that, I will make mention of our Simulation Gaming Society. It's our little group that we formed. So there's myself, Grizzly Bear Sims and Eustace Pharmer. We decided to form a little group after 3 Dudes Gaming Network became no more. We have our own Discord channel, which you are free to join, and I strongly encourage you to join us there. Fun, frivolity, bit of laughter. Unfortunately, yes, Eustace is there, so you do have to listen to him sometimes, or at least read what he puts up there. That's okay. He's not there very often, so it's probably one of the good things. He's more often than not in hiding or just lurking, so don't worry about that too much. The other great thing is we have some wonderful members of our modding community that are part of our community. So it's also an opportunity for you to not only interact with them, but also to find out what's coming down the pipeline. The ability to ask them questions without annoying them too much. So yeah, please feel free to head on over, say g'day to Jerry and to Eustace and everyone else, all the regulars there, Chris and DC, Bullet Bill, he's always hanging around. So yeah, come and join us over there. There is also a YouTube channel for Simulation Gaming Society, or SGS. We haven't got anything out there at the moment, but that is a possibility. We've certainly got it set up, we just haven't got any content there yet. And I've spoken about it a few times, but I haven't actually done anything about it yet. I am planning on hopefully converting my own server into the SGS multiplayer server. I just have to get an opportunity to have a chat with Jerry and with Eustace and work out how we might want to do things and run it. Because certainly I would like to be able to spend some time with at least the 3 of us and some of our members, and do a bit of farming and have some fun. So yeah, that's the plan. Now, even though we're getting very, very close to the end of doing this build, it's probably going to take us past the 25-minute mark, which I don't really want to do. So what we'll do is we'll call the episode here, and when we return, this will have been finished, and we'll hopefully have some idea of exactly what we're going to do next while we're waiting for all of our crops to come into harvest. which is basically what we're waiting for next, other than the fact of doing some mowing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I thank you for joining. I do hope you're enjoying the series, and I do thank you very much for supporting the channel. Whether you support us at the Patreon, which obviously I'm overly appreciative and stunned and very thankful for those that have decided to help us out with donating. But also those that are just our viewers, our subscribers and our viewers. Our membership is growing slowly, and it's not a be all and end all, certainly. I mean, I know everyone says that when they first start out, that, oh, the numbers don't matter and all that sort of stuff. Look, I'm watching the numbers. I'm just watching to see if we're growing, and it's certainly not a race. I certainly don't care about it. If our numbers were to stay where they are, that's all well and good as well. I've sort of said ad nauseum why I do this and why I enjoy doing it, and that hasn't changed and probably won't change. If it does, well then things would obviously change, whether it be that I gave it up altogether or whatever else. But for the moment, everything is hunky-dory, and we're enjoying it. It's just once we get over this bit of sickness. So anyway, that's enough of this little diatribe, and that's it for me for this episode on the Valley of the Old Farm, a great map by Black Sheep Modding. And this is Duckzorly Gaming, wishing you and your loved ones a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening or night, no matter where you are in the world. And we shall see you again here very, very soon at Duckzorly Gaming when we return. Thanks very much. Bye.